A 30-year-old Scottish woman who took tens of thousands of dollars from local businesses over the course of more than a year has been sentenced. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Jamie Brown was arrested last fall following an investigation by Gering Police, who determined that Brown, who had some bookkeeping duties at a local tax preparation company, had written a series of unauthorized checks to herself and for a series of questionable purchases on bank accounts for that business and two motels in Scottsbluff and Gothenburg. With the addition of unauthorized use of hardware store rebates, investigators allege that Brown had taken a total of $31,060. She pleaded no contest to 3 counts of theft by unlawful taking, and on Friday was sentenced to pay full restitution, 30 days in jail, and 36 months of probation. Well, one of the 2 suspects caught last month with 50 grams of meth and 200 plus fentanyl pills while riding public transportation has struck a plea deal to avoid going to trial. 35-year-old Tiffany Spray and co-defendant Antonio Sauceda both were charged with possession with intent to distribute meth between 28 and 140 grams and possession with intent to distribute fentanyl. Spray pleaded no contest to a charge of distribution of fentanyl and will be sentenced on the Class 2 felony on October 13th. Sauceda is still facing charges in this case and currently has an October 17th pretrial hearing scheduled. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
At Renewal by Andersen, they make the best windows and patio doors you can get. But they've also set the gold standard for service. At Renewal by Andersen, their signature service is second to none.
It's old school quality. This type of service doesn't exist outside of Renewal.
Renewal by Andersen's signature service, trust, respect, care. Renewal by Andersen. You'll be delighted like so many others are. Visit rbawyoming.com now to book your free estimate.
Welcome back. A fixture for the Scottsbluff-Gering community has been honored for her work for the Heartland Expressway. Last week they hosted their annual meeting, and Director Deb Cottier honored longtime board member Karen Anderson, who is stepping down from the board after retiring from her post at the Chamber of Commerce after more than a quarter century. Anderson told attendees that when the expressway idea was first brought forth, there wasn't money for the project.
So I was the new kid on the block that had to tell everyone that there's no money, and so Heartland, I think it was Doug Leaf-Green, Kevin Howard, and me on the committee, and we decided let's do either end so they have to finish the middle. So it was a good strategy, but to be here 26 years and still waiting for it to happen, so hopefully it will happen, so thank you all for being here today.
Cottier presented Anderson with a gift and wished her the best in her retirement. Well, Nebraska Senator Pete Ricketts launched his 2024 campaign for U.S. Senate Wednesday morning with a tour around the state with stops in North Platte, Kearney, Norfolk, and Omaha. Ricketts says representing his fellow Nebraskans in the Senate is an honor and privilege and hopes to be elected to the post next November.
You're the reason I've worked to grow Nebraska, to run government more like a business, and provide historic tax relief, to safeguard our freedoms, and fight the radical left's agenda at every turn. And that courage is what drives me to carry on our fight in the U.S. Senate. Today, we're in a battle for our nation's future, and the stakes have never been greater.
Ricketts was appointed to his current post by Governor Jim Pillen following Ben Sasse's resignation to become president at University of Florida. And NU System President Ted Carter, the former superintendent of the U.S. Naval Academy and a vice admiral, will be the next president at The Ohio State University starting in January. Ohio State University's Board of Trustees unanimously selected Carter during a Tuesday afternoon meeting, with Carter saying he was humbled by the greatest honor of his career. In a brief note to NU faculty and staff, Carter wrote that leaving Nebraska was bittersweet, and he and his wife made the decision knowing that the university is in excellent hands. Both Governor Jim Pillen and Nebraska U.S. Senator Deb Fischer issued statements thanking Carter for his time and impact on the NU system and state.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
We're featuring another high school preview here today on the TV Update. On Monday, we looked at the season ahead for the Gering High football team, and today it's a look at things for Scottsbluff. More of a Week 1 preview, with Scottsbluff starting their season tomorrow night at home against the Lincoln Pius Thunderbolts. Now, Pius won a Week 0 game over Lincoln Northwest 42-14. Here's Scottsbluff coach Judd Hall on getting a look at that game.
Oh, yeah, it's nice to see what they're doing on film, but, these first couple of games, you always just have to worry about yourself. Everyone's kind of going to be going through the same first game jitters, first game mistakes. So you really just try and hone in on yourself, play mistake-free football, eliminate penalties, and most importantly, just take care of the football and not have any turnovers.
So more focused on themselves this week heading into tomorrow night. The Bolts were pretty balanced in their win last week offensively, and of course Scottsbluff saw this offense a year ago in their season opener.
Based on what they did last year, they're going to come out and just kind of methodically try and go down the field on you, not be in a hurry, take their time and get matchups that they like. So we're expecting a similar game plan just based on film from Week 1 with what they did to us last year. But, we'll just show up and play our best game that we can.
Sebastian Boyle is back for his senior season in the backfield for Scottsbluff. A season ago running for almost 2,000 yards, but there are a lot of new faces having to play some prominent roles this year.
No, and Friday night's different. Being out there on the field is different than preparing for practice. It's different than playing on Monday night in a JV game. So until you're out there in the fire on Friday night, it's completely different. But I think we've had a great couple weeks of practice and tried to prepare our kids and put them in a position to make plays and be ready to play at a high level on Friday.
We'll have a pair of games here on the network tomorrow night. The Scottsbluff game on the Trail, Scottsbluff Huddle channel with the live stream. Gering will head over to Wyoming to take on Torrington. Again, you can check out the Gering preview on the Monday edition earlier this week here on KNEB.TV Sports. Also tonight, there's softball and volleyball broadcast. Gering at Scottsbluff on the Diamond. Gering volleyball opens at home against Alliance. you see the rest of the schedule for the first full week of action on the gridiron for teams all across the region. One game coming up tonight, that's Hemingford traveling to play at Layton. Everything else tomorrow night. Bridgeport's already got a game under their belt looking for their first win tomorrow. Alliance and Chadron both open at home. Baird, Kimball, Sidney, Morrill, Minotero all among some teams with road games to begin the season tomorrow night. Mitchell also on the road. They'll head to play at Wheatland, Wyoming to kick the season off. That is the latest today. From the FNBO Sports Desk, I'm Chris Cottrell.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, Theater West has announced the appointment of Violet Briggs as acting artistic director for its upcoming 2024 season. The company's current artistic director, Patrick Newell, will be taking a sabbatical at Western Nebraska Community College starting in January. Briggs is currently the theater director at WNCC, and has been helping Theater West in planning the next summer repertory season, details of which will be announced soon, as well as the dates for local auditions. After teaching vocal technique and leading an educational group in Italy, Dr. Newell will return to Theater West in July of 2024. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.